What up? It's your boy T on Reaction. Today is Films Friday. About to get to the meat and potato of Films Friday. That is the dead meat kill count. Now, I did not, unfortunately, did not do a poll for say for this week as well too. But I didn't end up doing a poll, but not like the usual poll week though, because I was very busy and little because of the week as well too. But since this week it is Father's Day for all the fathers, including myself out there, I decided to do a poll for which currently Father's Day movie to do. One can I do right now because the sequel to the one choice is right here though. So the only choice I can think of that was Father's Day is pretty much Stepfather or Come to Daddy. I mean, I would have went with the obvious, but I thought it'd be fair to give the other one a chance in case you want to see that scene more than that. But the obvious one, and it looks like the kill count tonight we're gonna watch is the first guy, the Stepfather as well too. Stepfather originally came out in 1987 though. A sequel came out later on, and which came out. I am trying to figure out where which came out around the early 90s, I'm assuming as well. So we're gonna get into Stepfather. So without further ado, let's check it out. Here we go. Let's get it.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies and show you how they were made. I'm James H. Denise, and today, in honor of Father's Day, we're looking at The Stepfather, released in 1987. The Stepfather is one of my favorite kinds of horror movies. A simple idea done well, with great mood and performances. I mean, it stars Terry O'Quinn, and any Lost fan can tell you he'll act the hell out of a role. Jerry Blake, as he's mostly known to us, is a man on a mission to find the perfect family. He loves waking up every morning in America, but the quixotic life he yearns for simply isn't possible, and without fail, he eventually snaps. Then he kills the family and tries again by starting a new life in a new location with a new identity.
Wow.
O'Quinn is amazing as he shifts back and forth between the face his character wears and the truly scary man he is inside. Though sometimes marketed as a slasher, The Stepfather is more of a psychological crime film. Rather than being about the kills, it focuses on the character as he tries to cover up his double life.
Wow.
I think that's an appropriate angle to take, considering the story is based on a real crime case that was still unsolved when they made the movie. The Stepfather is filmed in a bit of a pulpy style, with parts of it edging into hard-boiled detective noir. Just lots of dim lighting and deep shadows here. It's got a great score from Patrick Moraz, the Swiss musician who played keyboard for Yes and the Moody Blues. Wow. His music keeps the movie suspenseful and mysterious, never allowing it to cross into melodrama. I love when they use abrupt cutoffs, sharply breaking the music like it were Jerry's psyche.
Jerry, honey.
Yes?
The Stepfather would spawn a couple of sequels. Part 2 is solid. It's more of a cliche slasher, but at least it has Terry O'Quinn return. Part 3 recasts the character, but honestly, they acknowledge it with a plastic surgery scene, and the guy they get almost sounds like O'Quinn, so it kinda works.
You have no idea how important my family is.
Remake.
There's also a 2009 remake, obviously, which I'm guessing way more of you know. But fuck that, I'm trying to talk to y'all about the OG, because I love this shit. Let me show you why while getting to the... I have a flight to catch. Hello? Hello? Is this thing on? If anyone is seeing this, my name is James A. Janice. My plane crashed and I've been stranded on this island ever since. Things are rough. I'm running low on supplies. Water is sparse and the only food I can find are local plants that I may or may not be allergic to. But most importantly, I'm nearly out of my supply of today's sponsor, Keeps. With male pattern baldness affecting 2 in 3 men by age 35, I make sure to take steps to prevent hair loss before it starts. And with both FDA-approved treatments for preventing hair loss and stimulating hair growth, Keeps made it easy. Ugh, how I long to return to the world of Keeps' convenient and discreet deliveries. Back where treatment plans personalized to my unique needs were delivered on my schedule, whether every 3, 6, or 12 months. Back amongst the over 1 million customers who already get professional hair treatment from their home without ever having to visit a doctor. Wait, is that Chelsea? In a boat? Chelsea, I'm over here! Come save me! And my hair! Now that I'm not stuck on the Lost Island anymore, I can give all our viewers a special offer on their journey preventing hair loss. Just go to keeps.com/deadmeat. That's KEEPS.com/deadmeat. Individual results may vary. I'm in the mood to count some kills. And thankfully, we don't have a stepfather here. We have a father who stepped up and killed. The movie begins with suburbia, paperboy and all. But this crane shot's suspicious of this house over here, so maybe we should check inside. Oh, yep, we've got a bloody guy. Crane shot always knows. The guy goes by Henry Morrison, and he's sporting the isolationist beard and BTK specs. Also sporting some other stuff right there on camera. Wow, never thought I'd see this much of John Locke.
Nasty.
He cleans himself up, hope we don't start hearing needle in the hay, and is ready to be charming. Yes, the perfect picture of a gentleman. Too bad this gentleman's a family murderer, as evidenced by 3 bodies we see in the background front room. Oh, wait, what's the camera about to show us? Make that 4. And also a teddy bear, but we don't really count those. Finished with this place, Henry Morrison whistled.
Kill the kids too? Damn. Come on, bro. Dang.
Camptown races as he walks away and ditches his old life off a boat. That's littering, my man! 1 year later, Henry Morrison now lives as Jerry Blake and is already shacking up with a new hot mom named Susan. He works as a realtor in his suburb, sowing his idea of the perfect family by the lot. He's made friends with all the families he's sold houses to in the neighborhood. Everyone loves him, except Susan's teenage daughter, Stephanie.
This is as good as it gets.
Yeah,
Yep.
Stephanie thinks so too. She
She's
loves it.
seriously,
It's super great.
not for the
Steph's
bullshit.
upset, and not just because she can't figure out that whole ice bucket challenge thing. She sees right through Jerry's hokey stepdad shtick.
I had a dog when I was a kid. He was just a mutt, but to me he was Rin Tin Tin.
Rin Tin Tin?
No, that was a little before your time, I guess.
She's positively repulsed by him. Makes sense. She only lost her dad a freaking year ago, and Jer Bear's already living with him? Damn, that dude's fast. In fact, maybe a little too fast. He's already getting mixed up about which life he's living.
Who's Jill?
That's my daughter.
You said her name was Stephanie.
Right, Stephanie.
Well, I mean, Stephanie is played by Jill Sholin, so you're both kind of right. Jerry wants to have the perfect Reagan-era suburban family, but Stephanie's a problem child, and she ain't just cutting class. She's full on fighting in class, and has done it enough that she gets expelled.
Girls don't get expelled.
Yeah, well, this one just did. She volunteers as tribute for boarding school just to get away, but Jer jeers the idea down.
Father knows best.
Damn, man, this guy came out of nowhere, won't talk about his past, and enforces a whole new moral matrix onto these two? What's going on with Susan? Is she dignitized or something? Oh, there she is.
Damn
Got
it,
her on John Locke.
James!
Oh, man, and Steph has to hear it through the walls? Thank God for air traffic control headphones. At a neighborhood barbecue, the neighborhood
those
man
headphones
read an
back in the
article
day.
about the Morrison family murder from a
Lord.
year ago. It stuns Jerry a little, but he manages to play it off.
This kind of thing really gets to me, you know?
That sucks.
That a man could be driven to do something like that to his own family,
Oh,
to
really?
his children.
Yeah, how about that,
Exposes
Jerry?
The evidence, the origami way. Great job, Jerry. No one will suspect a thing. Well, almost no one. Stephanie will remember that. She'll especially remember when she catches him in the basement later, banging on shit and muttering to himself.
Why don't they just leave me alone?
Very scary. Thankfully, Terry O'Quinn was actually a real pleasure on set. He'd lighten the mood between takes by telling jokes and playing folk songs on guitar.
Woke up this morning, I just had to cure my wife. I hit her with some telephone, or
Lord.
with some knife.
And of course, he was a natural when it came to delivering a powerful performance.
I really was glad in a way he wasn't the kind of actor who needed long discussions about his childhood.
Even though the Morrison family murder was a year ago, an article about it just ran because someone is trying to track Jerry down. It's a dude named Jim Ogilvy, awful name, whose sister was Jerry's previous wife and victim, so I think that body. Jim convinced a reporter to run the article, and I freaking love this guy. He literally tells Jim to forget about his dead sister's murderer.
Forget about it.
Jim will pop up throughout the movie. He's doing the cop plot thing. He's already having an effect though, since Stephanie finds the article and suspects Jerry is the Phantom of Suburbia. Her friend doesn't believe her, saying these things happen to other people. They don't happen at all, in fact. But come on, Jerry just happened to show up out of nowhere right after that murder happened?
Right.
Steph takes action and fakes a school project to get the city's police department to send her a picture of Henry Morrison. Unfortunately, it gets intercepted by Jerry, who commits a federal crime by opening her mail, and by being a beardy stud. What is that picture? I totally get his reaction to it though. My beard grows like that too, and it's not great. Jerry replaces the picture, so Stephanie gets a headshot of this guy instead. But her suspicions are still enough to drive him into another sputtering sesh, swearing at the air and banging shit and working on his stabs. Jer Bear's cracking apart hard. He needs a picture to remind him which family he's obsessed with right now. Yeah, it's that one. Stephanie's been talking to her therapist, Dr. Bondurant, this whole movie, and they have a sweet relationship. I wasn't sure at first, but yeah, it's nice. It helps that Joe Sholin plays her role so naturally, with an easy likability to her. O'Quinn is obviously the star of this thing, but the movie wouldn't work without Sholin as a worthy co-lead. She's really an undersung scream queen between this, The Phantom of the Opera with Robert Englund, When a Stranger Calls Back, and Popcorn, which I'll bring bring up whenever I can because it's a fun
Fan album with Robert England, aka Freddy Krueger. Nice.
one. Check it out. Stephanie tells Dr. Bondurant she doesn't feel safe around Jerry, so he decides to look into it. When Jerry Bear keeps avoiding his calls, he sets up a house tour under a fake name, giving him the chance to meet Jerry in person at work. But he asks too many questions and slips up with his subterfuge, and that's enough to get the plank. Yes, questioning little lying lads get the plank. Oh shit, that is a severe plank sentence. He's getting more familiar with that plank than Johnny from Ed, Ed, and Eddie. Jerry loots his corpse and learns his true identity, that he's Stephanie's therapist, Dr. Bondurant. Then he rolls him up like a carpet sample and cleans up the latest mess by staging a car accident to explain the doctor's death.
Buckle up for safety.
Oh, hold up. Is he about to? There we go. A real car going off a cliff. Wow, and it's on fire too? You'll love to see it. All right, thanks, Jer. You can whistle away now. The next day, he tells Stephanie her doctor died in a car accident.
Sorry.
He's not sorry. And why would he be? It causes her to break down and lets him swoop in for a stepdad hug. Stepdad score! Between Bondurant's death and that Sears headshot not being Jerry, Stephanie's
I wonder that has to look like Mr. Brady. Uncle.
finally crumbles. Next thing you know, she's helping him put up birdhouses in your soul. But not to put too fine a point on it, Jerry's not good for your soul. This perfect life will never be perfect enough.
Nice, and there's a family of birds living in there.
Dead meat researcher Bella points out how this birdhouse is just like Jerry's life. A picturesque version of the family home, but hollow and fake. A facade built on lies. That facade can only last so long until something else disrupts Jerry's fragile perfection. Of course, it ends up being through Stephanie. She's been flirting with a guy named Paul, and they've been real cute when they're not beating the shit out of each other.
When he's dangerous, you and that right.
Paul's a nice guy who respects her enough to let her take the Lloyd Christmas position on his bike.
You can stop holding on so tight.
Do I have to?
Not if you don't want to.
They even get to lip locking, but foolishly do it right in front of the house. Aw, Paul, you're ruining Jerry's vibes.
This girl is 16 years old.
So am I.
The blow up resets Steph's feelings towards Jerry.
She's not ready for this. She's still a child.
I'm not a child.
Stephanie's mom, Susan, doesn't take sides. She reprimands Jerry for being too controlling and, just slaps Steph in the face. I feel like Steph got it way worse. But Jerry's little feelings are still hurt. So much so that he decides it's go time again. He quits his job and starts rolling up a new character. And for this one, he grows a stash and ditches the hairpiece. Look at that. It's a new man. Ta-da! He takes another boat to a new location. I feel like dads are either train guys or boat guys. Jerry's definitely a boat guy. He drives into a new town that shares his value system and walks into an insurance place where he gets himself a job. Wait, that's it? You just got a job? Ha, the 80s. The Stepfather's screenplay was written by Donald E. Westlake, a prolific novelist who wrote a lot of crime fiction. Westlake developed the story alongside Carolyn Lefcourt and Brian Garfield, another novelist whose work includes Death Wish, the basis of the Charles Bronson film. They based the story on the real-life case of John List, who murdered his family in New Jersey in 1971. List had been fired from his job on Wall Street, but kept pretending to go to work while he set up a new life. He plotted everything out so carefully, the murders weren't discovered for nearly a month. This crime was still unsolved when The Stepfather was made. It wasn't until 1989, when America's Most Wanted ran a segment about John List, that he was caught and arrested. Also, I found out he was originally from Michigan and graduated from U of M, but we don't claim that asshole. No blue. Jim Ogilvy has finally tracked down where the former Henry Morrison lives. Now he's got a list of, marriages from the past year that he's crossing off to find his sister's murderer. Stephanie, too, does some snooping in Dr. Bondurant's office. She sees Jerry's name written down, tying him to Bondurant's accident and causing quite the silent, suspicious supper time. Instead of going to work, Jerry's been setting up his other life. He's already renting a house and finding his new mark.
It's just you and the kids then?
Lord.
Yes, that will do nicely. Susan calls his work and finds out Jerry quit his job days ago because, obviously that was gonna happen. She confronts him about it when he gets home, and though he tries to play it cool, he ends up calling himself the new name he's living under. Susan catches it, and it pretty much breaks him.
Wait a minute. Who am I here?
She reminds him he's Jerry, but it's too late. He's ready to be done with this role. She tries to get away, but he punches her stunt double all the way down the stairs, knocking her out in their dirt basement. Jerry's getting scary with the dog and a knife.
No, leave the dog alone!
For Stephanie when she gets home.
You're a very bad girl.
She steps into the bathroom for what may be the most gratuitous nude scene of all time. I'm sorry, but it's just so jarring. Like, first off, this is some late game nudity. We've only got like 10 minutes left in this movie. But also, I mean,
This girl is 16 years old.
not in real life. Jill Sholin was a full-ass adult,
but still,
no pun intended, at 22 years old when they filmed this. But she plays her character so young. I mean, she wears a unicorn shirt at one point. You shouldn't be seeing boobs that were just under a unicorn. Right. Sholin herself voiced the same concern on set.
I was like, this seems gratuitous to me that she's stepping into the shower naked. I just don't think it's necessary. It's not that I was opposed to it. The nudity part, I just thought it was unnecessary.
But director Joseph Rubin said it would add tension to the film's climax by making the character seem vulnerable and exposed.
Sure he did. You gotta worry about some of these Hollywood directors.
To his credit, it sounds like he made sure to run a fun and easygoing set.
I'm not a big believer in the idea that the more awful the shoot is, the better the movie. I mean, I find it, the more awful the shoot, usually the more awful the movie.
In any case, this scene definitely adds to the stepfather's steamy, pulpy flavor. Jim finally figures out who and where Jerry is and drives like a maniac towards his home. He gets there and steps inside, but Jerry is waiting for him behind the door. Jim fumbles pulling out his gun, so Jerry just stabs the guy in the stomach. A few times, actually. Oh shit, and this is actually killing him? Wow, I didn't realize Jim was this movie's Dick Halloran.
Next time, Jim, call before you drop by.
I
gotta get reminded of that reference, Dick Halloran. From The Shining. So like he'd be a good protagonist, but got killed off. Damn.
And he got one-liner too. Jerry goes after Stephanie next, who locks him out of the bathroom, which causes another little hissy fit. His tantrum breaks the mirror on the back of the door, so Stephanie arms herself with a shard of it right as Jerry hulks his way through. She stabs him in the side and stumbles out to the hall, where she sees, oh no, it's that dude she's never met before. She makes her way into the attic and almost decapitates him with a sled, giving me some Silent Night, Deadly Night vibes. Eventually, he's almost got her when Susan shows up and shoots him in the shoulder. He tries to keep going, so she shoots him in the buttocks, but not even that stops. It takes Stephanie, the knife, and some editing tricks to stick him right in the chest with the blade. He tumbles backwards into a banister and seemingly dies right there. But we live in the future where the sequel exists, so we know not to put him on the count. Still, he's vanquished for now, and the movie ends with Stephanie evicting an innocent bird family from their property. Where will the birds live, Steph? How many bodies did we count in Lisa Frankenstein?
Lisa Frankenstein.
Wait a minute. What am I counting here? They're gonna tell me how to count kills? They're gonna tell me what to count and what doesn't count? Oh, we saw our mom in the background. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. The off-screen kills, no one tells me what to count. I'm the man. I'm the kill daddy. You don't tell me what to do with it.
Oh, Lord.
The stepfather.
Lord have mercy.
Counting the stepfather. There were only 6 kills in The Stepfather, since again, not really a slasher. There were 3 female victims and 3 male victims, giving us this evenly split, all-American suburban pie. We've seen this count and breakdown 7 times before on this show, but the last time was just over 4 years ago with Tourist Trap. That's a good one. With a runtime of 89 minutes, The Stepfather had a kill on average every 14.83 minutes. I'll give the Golden Chainsaw for coolest kill to the Morrison family shown dead at the beginning of the film. Sure, they technically died off screen, but the reveal is fantastic, especially when it pans down for a gut punch with a little girl. Dome Machete for lamest kill will go to Jim Ogilvy, who spent the movie doing good police work to get a stomach full of stabs at the 0 hour. And that's it. The Stepfather came out in 1987 and got pretty good reviews. It didn't do great at the box office, but still wound up with a sequel 2 years later. I would love to cover that, so let me know if you want it. But until next time, I'm James A. Janice. This has been The Kill Count.
On the next Kill Count.
Jamie Hughes is a modern-day teenager.
Why don't you just not?
No, Dad. It's so rude.
But her parents are so stuck in the 80s.
I'm just saying, it's not 1987 anymore.
But that's where Jamie's wrong, because thanks to a science fair time machine, that's exactly where she winds up.
Oh my God.
I know. The 80s are almost over and I haven't even tried Coke yet.
Now she's stuck in a year where the gym shorts were short,
We look like we work at Hooters.
the dodgeball was dangerous,
Hot tip. Next time, catch the ball.
and her mom was an absolute bitch.
Wow.
Maybe you should fuck off and die. Jesus, Mom.
Even worse is that there's a serial killer running around. And thanks to a modern day podcast, Jamie knows they're gonna kill 3 of her mom's friends.
I don't know about you, but when I think serial killer, I think like at least 6 people.
Let's give it up for Angie, who wishes there were more people killed.
Now she hopes to stop the killer,
Avoid the knife, keep your life.
keep her parents from hooking up too early,
Too horny, too soon.
and get back to the present.
Fucking time travel.
This week, watch a hilarious whodunit mashup of Back to the Future and Scream.
Scream? Ow. Right. It's not out yet.
Then on Friday, grab a drink
Oh my god! I forgot to bring vodka.
and tune in for the kill count, only
All
on
right.
Dead Meat.
Hate time travel movies. They never make any sense.
That's
Totally killer. And currently be watched on the
Random
featured
part.
streaming platforms. Demi always recommends you watch the movie for yourself before its kill count. It's the only way to have your own properly informed opinion. Kill counts are never meant to replace the experience of watching a film.
Thanks a lot for watching this kill count for The Stepfather. Again, like I've been saying, there's a lot of these movies that I've just been wanting to cover for a while, and The Stepfather is one of them. Now, originally, I wanted to do all the Stepfathers, just like I wanted to do Prom Nights 3 and 4. If you want that too, get this movie up there in views, and I'll be like, whoa, people fucking love The Stepfather? Yeah, dude, let's fucking roll it again. Happy
go.
Father's Day to my father-in-law, Bob Rebecca. He's just an amazing guy. I love him so much. He's such a,
Alright,
a
do you
good...
have it though? That is Stepfather Roll 2. If I got time either during Father's Day or something like that, I will definitely add this as Stepfather 2 as the secondary. Other than that, if you like my reaction, let's like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's your boy T-Bird signing off. One love.